Hello everyone, this is Tom, your host for the Hidden Truths channel. It's May 6, 2025. I want to do a quick video tonight about the Shiloh Hendrix situation and the autistic 5-year-old black child that supposedly exists in Rochester, Minnesota, and all the N-word and all that stuff that's going on. Okay, where is this 5-year-old? Okay, where is he? All I know is a mother took her child to the park, and she's got to put up with some kid stealing out of her bag and some non-citizen male pedophile hanging out at the park, probably looking for his next victim. And then he starts harassing her, and she says stuff to defend herself, and that's what they find out the crime is. Not parents letting the 5-year-old supposedly autistic child out in the park all by themselves to go through people's bags, or not some pedophile that's at the park scoping out his next victim. No, they can't see no crimes there. But where is this boy? Where is he? Where's his family? The NCAAP or whatever it is? Whatever that group is, who said they've been giving out statements that the family's been giving them, and then they want to give out the money, and 3 families show up saying that they're the parents of the 5-year-old. Well, when these parents do show up, they need to be charged with child endangerment and child neglect right away, okay? You know, you cops, can you get on that instead of a word that was spoken? That's hurting everybody's feelings. And this is the thing. That mayor of Rochester, boy, talk about a liberal Democrat that's trying to prepare her political future. You know, don't let no crisis go to waste. She's a good Democrat. She's going to use this to try to get herself in the governor's mansion and take over Tim Walz's position. Just watch. Anyway, it's grandstanding. But let's get back. The cops are investigating. Where is this child? I mean, 5-year-old, maybe 11. Okay. Where's this child? I mean, where's the victim? I mean, to have a crime, you got to have a victim, right? I mean, I know who the victim might have been. Maybe that little boy would have been a victim of this pedophile from Somalia that was hanging out in the park checking this kid out. I'm just saying that cops look into that. Hey, why were you sitting in the park watching this unaccompanied, mentally handicapped child? Why were you doing that? I don't know. It's just a question. Maybe the cops are smart enough to ask. But anyway, this has gone beyond ridiculous. I wish Shiloh Hendrix would come out and give her part of the story, so we can maybe get some truth in it instead of all these lies, because it's a scam. I'm telling you, this is... When this all comes out, I hope every Democrat that hooks theirself to this wagon and tries to pull their political career along ends up crashing, okay? Because this is a scam going on. There's something going on. Something isn't right. Can't even produce this 5-year-old, okay? Anyway, I guess in these people that are coming up and saying, oh, this is my child. I remember that game show, I can't remember the name of it, where they have 3 people and they say each person, they say you had to figure out, the contestant had to figure out who was the real person. And you had 3 people up there telling their own story and stuff. So is this what they're going to do? They're going to sit there and pick who they think the victim is by the best story they give? Anyway, it stinks to high heaven, but we're in Minnesota. That's why I got the hell out of that state. And you know what? So everybody in the country knows, I'm from small town Minnesota, where a lot of these people are taking over. And the American citizen that grew up in Minnesota, their whole lives and all this stuff, and see their state being taken over, you know, this is one thing. When you live in a state that's being taken over, it's a lot easier to see than somebody else in the country that doesn't want to deal with it. But the American citizens in Minnesota are getting pissed off and have been for years. But anyway, maybe the cops can get on the case, and there should be a missing persons report, right? At least on this 5-year-old, a missing persons report at least. Can't find him. Anyway, but I guess it's just like the Epstein list, right? There's no victims, no clients. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Everybody have a great night. This is Tom. I'm out.